So, you're probably thinking about cartoons and movies when you hear fictional. But recently, I've had another existential crisis. Everything I hate is real, but almost everything I love is fictional. And think about it. Your comfort character, the artist you worship and shouldn't, your attraction to men, but also rules, money, job categories. It affects us for real, but only because we keep allowing these titles and items to have value. The fact that we collectively agree on keeping these meanings alive instead of moving on. It's all based on old beliefs that people pressure us to follow, and we call that tradition. But my brain is not going there yet. Because the most obvious fictional aspect we experience is entertainment. Entertainment is supposed to be temporary, but it's not. When you're not watching a show, you're watching a YouTube video. When you're not watching a movie, you're reading a trendy book with an ugly AI cover called The Kingdom of Kings and Roses and I don't know. Most entertaining things we do are passive, and they're online, so most of them are fictional. But if we're truly dealing with the loneliness epidemic, and it's difficult to connect with others and maintain long friendships, then that means we only have a strong bond with worlds and people that don't really exist. And it's not better when you think about music, which is real. Artists really do exist, right? But not really. It's not like they spend years crafting an attractive aesthetic, crafting a style, a brand, a personality, depending on the trends and which way the wind of politics is going. None of this is random, that's why you like it. It was made for you, the audience. And you could say the person behind the brand is a real person. Yes, but why do they all have to get their cheeks cut and install new feeders the moment they get famous? Why do they replace their hair, their nose, and everything that makes them different and unique, that truly made them stand out? Now they all look like what's expected of them. And for some reason, it's always the same feeders. They customize themselves with syringes and surgeries to fit the standards. That's not really authentic. It's actually so sad. And it's kinda like, the Korean music industry. Please don't skip. When you think about it, K-pop is not real. It's not real, not just because it steals from the same culture it has criticized and mocked in the past, but also because the whole industry is performing perfection, when the truth is the absolute opposite. As someone who has discovered K-pop almost a decade ago, but someone who also doesn't even live in Korea, someone who is not even close to this industry, I've seen and read and heard so much already. Mistreatment, forced diets, collapsing on stage, staff selling the idols' phone numbers, crazy beings crawling to these members' hotel rooms, and more. Yes, it gets even worse. But K-pop groups and the overall image of this toxic world is still promoted as innocent and perfect, and nothing seems to change. So when you support these groups, it's like you're supporting their determination and the hours of practice. But you're also supporting what isn't explicitly shown. The fact that this positive attitude 24/7 and incredible shows are actually nothing compared to what is actually going on. And on the other side, we've also seen these celebrities who know what it's like to be criticized, denigrated, insulted, mocked. And yet, they think, what a good day, I finally have enough free time. What should I do? Oh, what about saying the N-word, mocking traditions, doing blackface, promoting not one, not two, but three Zio brands, right after coming back from the military? So the whole perfect, kind, respectful, innocent image they have built is bullshit, is BS. It's not real. The fans think their faves are never going to be problematic because, they're charming and attractive and authentic. And that's what everyone wants to believe. And obviously, I also know that as rookies or even trainees, you don't get a say in what is put on your head, the clothes you have to wear for the performance. Like, if they want to debut, they have to accept whatever is being put on them or whatever hairstyle they have to wear. But that's where it stops for me. I doubt the contract is telling you to insult a whole entire group of people based on their skin color. And also, not every problematic actions were done as children or rookies, who don't have a choice in what they do. Saying a racial slur or imitating racial stereotypes is not on their contract. I stopped listening to quite a few groups since I started listening to K-pop, and even my absolute favorite group is included in that group that I started listening to in middle school. You won't catch me defending any of these adults who travel the world all the time, and some of them are fluent in English, like, you know what you're saying. They still find a way to sing the N word or cosplay real members of a community they don't belong in, or suddenly shift from political speeches and speaking up and donating for Black Lives Matter to now collaborating only with Zionists. And remaining silent on everything that is happening, but not even just like in other countries, even in their own country and in their own industry. And even when celebrities have done things years ago and they have apologized and they seem to have changed, I still can't really like, it's always in the back of my mind because at the end of the day, I don't know these people. It's their job to act, it's their job to smile. Fan service pays their bills, and just like acting kind is a part of their contract. It's all fake. I mean, no one is happy every day, healthy every day, positive every day. It's all a show, and sometimes I do enjoy the fantasy. I need it. This is literally how I got into K-pop because I needed a world with colors and pretty people who can sing and dance perfectly. We need the fantasy, and people can change. But it's exhausting to pretend like all of this makes sense. Celebrities are not cancelled anymore. They don't have to do anything, to donate anything, to speak up anymore. Because apparently the very best a rich person can do in a society where money is power is just to wear a pin or a badge or say something like, we live in really bad times, we need to stick together as a community. And then everyone applauds them. But it literally doesn't change anything. It's all made up. The show is not just on stage. It's on the red carpet, it's during interviews, it's in which artist is allowed to be on stage, which movie is allowed to be produced. It's obvious to say that, yes, the entertainment industry is controlled like no shit, but what I'm getting at is that it's not just silly shows and music videos. Entertainment is tied to everything. It's who we clap for, spend for, worship, or even support more than the real people we know in our lives. And we all want to pretend that our faves have changed from the wrong things they have done in the past, or that they didn't do anything ever. But this is an attempt to stay in the fantasy, and I don't know if it's even worth it anymore. Everything is fictional and it's starting to disgust me. I can't get myself to read about adventures because it's a reminder that there is no adventure to live in this world. I mean, there is nothing. I can't get myself to read about quests and kingdoms because it reflects the lack of adventures and freedom here. And I can't get myself to read dystopia because we're in one. So you could say it's not that deep and it's just a reading block. The only thing I'm blocked from is living. And my inability to read fictional stories is one of the biggest signs. I believe everyone has had a moment in school where you're looking out the window and you wish you were out there, like running or playing, doing something instead of just sitting on a chair all day and listening to informations that won't even matter in a few years. But no matter how much you wanted to go out and have fun, and no matter how much you still want to do that, things have gotten so much worse since that memory. Because the real thing, the important place, is online. And that's fucking depressing. And I'm lucky enough to live somewhere relatively safe compared to the fuckery of everything that is happening in the 2020s. While everyone obsessed over some enemies to lovers story and excuse the silence of powerful people, obviously it's not that simple. Like, you can enjoy fiction and also speak up about what's going on right now. You can be worried about how the book you're reading is going to end while still being worried about actual real people. Like, you can deal with two things at the same time, even if they're not the same and they're not both as bad. And also because when it comes to entertainment, there are passionate people working behind these books, music, games. But it's taking so much space to the point of real events not happening. Communities don't even meet in real life because of how unsafe and expensive everything is. I mean, what's the point of upgrading our lives if we're all watching other people live? People that are either AI or rich, and also fictional characters who get to live and feel more than we do. Like, what do you mean the characters on my screen have lived and felt things and experienced life more than me? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Everything is fictional, but we're not. We have a beginning, an end, and a mess in between that we can't just waste by scrolling on plastic and glass. And I've been really negative about online activities, but this video is an online activity. And the truth is, I do enjoy making and watching videos. The problem is that it's not an option. It's the only thing we can do most of the time. And I'm panicking a bit at the idea that there isn't more to this, that there isn't more than just slowly dying, moving less and less every day until it's too late. Well, actually, that's depressing. Actually, we still have a few things that we can do to enjoy our time here. Depending on the season, you could go out and swim in a lake, go out for a bike ride, paint your shoes gold, and why not visiting museums? Or just lying down on the floor and meditating. You could also write letters to people on the other side of the planet, start a new sport, search for offline events in different cities. What about picnics and taking classes for, I don't know, whatever activity you want to learn? Like redecorate your room, whatever, or touch grass. I don't know, like, many things are fictional, but we are real, and so is everything around us.